I said. Hopefully I don't drop any frames. I don't know how this is gonna look. 1400 bitrate, 1300. It's probably the best, but it's green. It says it's green. 1500 bitrate, 1300. It's probably the best, but it's green. It says it's green. Yeah, sounds fine. On 480. Yeah, it looks good. See what happens. See if anyone shows up. Cool. Hey, imagination. How are you? Good seeing you. Hopefully you can hear me all right. Yay, it's up. It's up. Oh, there it goes. Going yellow, going orange. Kind of green. I don't know how well it's gonna go. We'll see. Do my best. How are you doing? I'm just kind of like hanging out here and seeing, letting people show up if anyone wants to show up. Give them a chance. Ooh, it's red now. That's bad. Really bad. Huh? You want to turn on that other light? Oh. Ugh. 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 4 people. Hey, 4 people. So I'm just hanging out right now. And, just waiting. Giving everyone a chance to come in. Watching the Discord. Watching the chat. Oop. I'm good, you. The audio is perfect. Hey, Taco. Hey, Tristan. First time listening live. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Welcome. Taco, it's good. Busting the house. I'm good. I'm glad it's good. It said it might drop. It might have drops, so the upload rate is horrible where I'm at, but we'll deal with it. Pit Clover, hey, what's going on, man? For some reason, the chat on the screen is popping up before the chat in the chat box. It's confusing the hell out of me. I'm installing Sims 3 pet. What do you play as a pet in that? Oh. How are you guys all doing? It's been a while. I've missed you. I'm looking forward to getting back with you guys here shortly and getting back to the story. Ooh, that's probably really loud for you. Let me turn down the gain there a little bit. Don't blow your eardrums out. Mrs. CPD is sitting right next to me being quiet and not saying anything. I think she's weirded out by me just talking. Tired from work, but off for the next 2 days. Awesome. That's awesome to hear, Pitt. I'm glad. Did you find your job that you're looking for? Miss Amanda, hey, what's going on? Nope, you just get pets added to your game. Oh, that's cool. What kind of pets do you? You just got dogs or cats? Or can you get like birds and iguanas and reptiles and spiders? Drop a spider off in your Sims like roommate or sister's house or something, or in their bedroom. That'd be kind of fun. So as you can see on the screen there, I got the chat box up on the side, so you guys, that way in these recordings we can get the see all the chat going. So that'll be cool. Still working at Steak and Shake, but got another interview coming up. Cool, awesome, glad to hear. Still waiting to hear about a help desk job. Well, I hope you get it. I hope just keep trucking along with that, man. You'll get it eventually. Just gotta keep fighting. So what do we got? How many people we got here now? We got 6, something like that. 6 people watching. That's cool. I don't mind. I got yellow stream health. Okay. So if you guys have any issues, I'm sorry. This is the best I can probably provide. Unless I can bring it down any further. But I think for what we got, this is... for just talking, I think we'll be okay. As long as we don't try to do a let's play or something. Dogs, cats, horses, and maybe catch butterflies. I think you can get lizards, but don't quote me on that. It's probably an add-on. It's a mod. Anyway, guys, so, how are you all? I've missed you, and I'm glad to be back, but, this is just a quick update. Had a little family dinner today, and now we're just hanging out and relaxing for this evening. And, so as you know, I'm still on the road, kind of. Hey, Cryptic, what's going on, man? I think you're a man. Can't see your... Would have guessed you're a man. I gotta go get some drinks, I'll be back. I need some drinks too, but... I'm on my phone, I may get on Discord later. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm on there right now, but I'm not in the vocal chats because I just don't... I can't really do that. I'm gonna have lag issues if I try to do both. Okay. That's... Okay, good to hear, Cryptic. But, yeah, so... I wanted to get a live stream out to you guys and let y'all know what's been going on with the channel, because you've probably been wondering. If you haven't been keeping up on Twitter, for those, if you don't follow on Twitter, which I highly recommend that you do, because I do all my updates through there right now. So if you don't have Twitter, I need to create a Facebook group for the channel. That's really, I think, my next thing, because I think everyone's got Facebook. And then that way you can get updates through there too. But, so if you've been wondering where I've been over these past 3 weeks, I've been on the road traveling as I've moved out of my house now in Texas. And I had to travel a very long ways, about 1,800 miles to get to my next destination. And I made some pit stops along the way. I stopped by and visited Eden in person. We hung out for a couple days, did a couple live streams on her channel. Got some good jump scares on her. If you hadn't heard them, go check that video out. And then if you want to, I have the highlights of the jump scares on my channel. And then if you want to watch the live streams at the end of that video, you can get quick links to her channel and the live streams on her channel. We did it on her channel because I knew more people would show up, and it'd be more fun that way. So that was a great time. We had a lot of fun, and I think we had a lot of good laughs. It was wonderful meeting her, though, and now we're all buddy-buddy. So I look forward to hanging out with her again in person, maybe get her over to Ireland next, which is where I'm heading next. So if you don't know, I'm moving over there, and we're going to be over there around the beginning of May here shortly. And until then, I'll be on the road and kind of working off my laptop. Yeah, go check it out, Miss Amanda, and you'll definitely enjoy it. So it was really fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. The Let's Play was kind of fast. We only did that for like 30 minutes, but the live stream where we just hung out, that lasted for about 2.5 hours, and it was quite fun the whole time. So we did some short stories as well. So yeah, this live stream we're gonna just talk about what I've been up to, and then the channel updates, past, present, future, and what I have planned for this week, and what's in store for the future here. So sit tight, relax, and it won't be too long. I'm not gonna make this like a 4-hour live stream like the other ones. I might do a couple stories for you too if you want that. I'm always happy to do stories. I like doing them. And maybe Mrs. CPD's here, so she can gets to listen to me do some stories as well. Maybe if you beg enough for her, she'll do one as well for fun. Although she's never done one in person. She's never ever done one, so it'd be funny. It'd be a good time. I'm back, changing. Welcome back. I can't tell what your profile picture is by looking at it right now. It's this purple one. When I look at it, imagination, it reminds me of some purple lady with pearls around her neck. From a distance.
A mermaid.
A little mermaid with pearls? Is that what it is?
No, the bad girl.
Oh, yeah, the bad one. So, So anyway, yeah, we'll do some stories here. So to start off, yeah, I moved out of El Paso and I traveled to visit Eden, and then from there, I came up to Illinois, and I'm in that area. I don't want to give you too many specifics. I don't need some creeper coming in after me that listens to recording 3 days from now or something. But yeah, I'm in up here. I think it took me like 3 days, a car breakdown, and then another car fix once I got up here. It was interesting, but it was a good experience. I hit so much rain. The whole travel was pretty much in rain and storms. It was fun to see, though. Really pretty to see. Eden was awesome to meet in person. Awesome person. And if you haven't ever checked out her channel, go check it out. It's me with a blue pillow over my head, wearing a masquerade mask, and with a blanket wrapped around my head. I don't think it's updated yet, then, because I don't think that's a real picture I see. Oh, you used to live in El Paso. Cool. Yeah, I was there. That's where I started the channel. So, if you don't know, I started the channel end of December, and it's definitely grown. I had another channel before this, but I'm not going to tell you what it was. But and it was a gaming channel, and I played with that, and it didn't really grow too much, but it was a good learning experience. And then everyone kept telling me to do this, so I started doing this, and it just was growing really, really well. So apparently you guys like my voice. I don't know. Do you like my voice? But yeah. So now we've hit, and it's actually really cool because even not putting a new video up for 3 weeks, which I hate doing, but I had no real choice, and I had some life problems I'll get into here. But after 3 weeks and just coming on every now and then, hey Hussein, how's it going? But coming on and seeing that people are still subscribing and getting the emails and the views are still coming. I couldn't believe. I looked at the Disney White Noise video and it's at 2,700 views. I was like, holy crap! When did that one get so popular? And so that surprised me seeing that one. My old one was a YouTuber said, which I tweeted at an art spot on Twitter, which changes the graphics of certain parts of the photo you tweet it. Okay, that must be what that is. It hasn't changed on my screen, but I probably have to refresh my my chat box. That's why. But yeah. So anyway, I haven't been able. I wanted to start doing videos, but it's so busy coming home. And I did the live stream with Eden, and then my plan was to do some videos while here and record some stock footage with the GoPro, which is, if you all seen the man staying in my backyard, I did all that stock footage myself, just with the GoPro. So, and I was gonna keep doing that. Ashley, thank you so much. Pleasure. Thank you for hanging out. But I had a family tragedy when I came home, and I learned my cousin, my closest cousin, who was the guy I always kind of came home. Or when I came home, he was my go-to guy to hang out. Like, I only visit my family about once a year. And so they didn't tell me while I was on the road, but when I came home, my mom and my sister broke the news that my cousin committed suicide. And about 2 days prior before I arrived. And so I had to deal with that and cope with that. So that was about, probably... That happened April 3rd. That happened. Thanks, Abby. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that's why I didn't make any new videos or anything, because we had to deal with that, and I had to go and we had the wake that Saturday. And so, and I wanted to make a video to update everyone that doesn't follow me on Twitter, but I did announce it on Twitter. Thanks, guys. And but I had to cope with that, and I don't cry or anything really too much. I kind of cope in my own way, but I wasn't in a mindset to make videos or do anything like that. So I just had to take a break for a little bit and get my head in the right mindset again to be entertaining and not All emotional. So, and then it wasn't really being with other family members and stuff and really helping them and just coming together as a family was more important than me than anything. So it's been a couple weeks after that has occurred. What has it been? It's almost, it'd be 3 weeks here tomorrow that event occurred. So, thanks guys. So that's, why I haven't posted any new videos. A big reason why I haven't posted anything new. So, that's all over. And then the other wonderful thing, and then just having family around and everyone wants you to hang out and everything has been real busy and hectic as well. Plus, the internet here is not really good. My parents' internet, God. Oh my God, I had to like call a tech out and get this stuff fixed. I'm like, guys, your internet sucks, guys. You really need to fix this. So I convinced my stepfather to upgrade the internet a little bit but the upload rate is still horrible. It is so horrible. But yeah, we'll manage. So we're trying it now. And also the other wonderful thing that happened, which has put me up in high spirits again, is after 6 months, Mrs. CPD is here, flew in from Ireland, and she's here with me now. We've been 6 months apart. Last time we were together, I was in Germany, and now we are finally together. And the plan is to move out here in a couple weeks, and then I'll settle out there. And my stuff isn't shipping right now. My whole little studio set up, my desktop, and everything. I wanted to start a channel last summer, but nothing was really working out. I still want to give it a shit sometime, huh? You want to give it a shit? Yeah, shit. You gotta shit that. Shit, it's so good. My internet is well enough, although sometimes I'll shut down for an hour. Tristan said, "Hey, Mrs. CPD. That's awesome. Hey, Mrs. CPD.
Hi guys, I actually do exist. I'm from Ireland, so hello, and we don't generally tend to say top of the morning to you, so hello everyone.
I went to Germany, so that's Mrs. CPD. She's got the Irish accent and all, so maybe I can convince her to use some stories if I need that Irish accent. If I got a story with maybe a St. Patty's Day story or something next year.
I'm just gonna go with sound effects for tonight. Whatever CPD goes with, I'm just gonna do the sound effects.
Oh my God, I love her accent. Hello there, Mrs. CPD.
Hi.
I went to Germany this month. I stayed in Aargau.
Near Munich.
Shot. Oh my God. And Hussein says, "Hey, Mrs. CPD."
Hi, Hussein.
So yeah, that's the I caught the Irish one. I got the Irish bug. So it's in Bavaria. Where's that in Bavaria? I lived in Bavaria for 3 years, and doesn't ring a bell to me.
Near Memmingen.
Memmingen.
Yeah.
Where's that? I've never heard of Memmingen.
Memmingen Airport. It's the other Munich airport.
Oh, it's over there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah. I never went over there too much. Certified accent. Sorry, you're gonna move to Ireland. Yep. So I'm moving to Ireland here in a couple weeks permanently, and me and Mrs. CPD are finally moving in together after almost 3 years of being together. So we've been doing, because of the military, I've been away. Oberstaufen. Okay. And so we're finally I'm officially out of the military April 1st, and so now I'm settling over there. And the plan is to go back to school.
To become a professional leprechaun chaser.
Yeah. Woo! Leprechaun ghost hunter. I'm going to hunt ghost leprechauns here. Hey, I finally get to find out the wife is real. Yes, Mrs. CPD is real. I'm glad you can meet her. Well, come out to Ireland. Let me know if you're out. We'll arrange I'm happy to be a tour guide if you want to come out. Let me know when you come out. So, But yeah, that's the future plans. Is I'm going to go out there in the beginning of May, and then my stuff arrives around May 8th. It was supposed to arrive May 5th, but I got a notification saying that there's encroaching ice in the shipping lanes. I'm like, God, I hope another Titanic doesn't fucking happen. God, ooh. So I don't want my, like, watching all my household goods just sink into the ocean screaming in agony. CPD in the further, yeah. Actually, guys, ironically you say that. I was in the military for 9.5 years. But ironically you say CPD in the further, so I have these dreams. And I've been having these dreams for like 6 years. So I used to do ghost hunting, and I did it for about 3 years. I did paranormal investigations, and I was with ghost groups. Yeah, the whiskey. And so I was with paranormal these ghost groups, and actually, that leads into another thing here. But in these ghost groups, I did private homes, I did cemeteries, I did abandoned hospitals, I did all kinds of things. So I did. Anyway, when I stopped doing it, though, I started getting these really horrifying dreams, and they're all paranormal in nature. They're all entity-based, something demonic, something ghostly, and they were all extremely vivid. Like 5 years down the line, and I could still tell you extreme detail of these dreams. And I get them about once a month. I usually get a dream once a month that's related to something related to the dead. And most of the time I wake up heart racing, or I'm gasping, and it's the only dreams I have are really, really vivid. And so when I have evidence already, and that's gonna lead me to my next thing I'm gonna tell you. She's getting a drink right now, but I'll tell her, Jen. Dude, if you go record it, that would be dope. Just don't get like possessed or anything. I've already have recordings, Tristan, and that's what I'll tell you here in a minute. But so my grandfather died in November, and about 3 weeks after my grandfather died, I had a dream of him. It was a very vivid dream, but it was a very happy dream. And so but it got me so emotional after I woke up that I had to write about it. And I wrote about it and told my whole family, and it was a very good closure dream. And I never dreamt about him before. And I couldn't explain why I had this random dream. I wasn't sad that he was gone. I was happy that he had moved on. He couldn't walk. He wasn't in a state to continue living. So when my cousin, just recently, about I think Thursday it happened. Last Thursday. I'm sorry, no, last Tuesday it happened. About 2 weeks after my cousin left us, I had a dream about him. And so I don't know why I'm getting these dreams. And again, it was the same thing where he was already gone, and he had this dream. So I don't know why I get these dreams. A lot of them, those are the nice ones. A lot of them are absolutely terrifying. And I warned Mrs. CPD because when in other relationships where I had someone live with me, they get the dreams, and I don't get anything. It's really relaxing, but then they start getting horrified dreams. So I warned Mrs. CPD. I'm like, I'm gonna warn you. If you start getting dreams of like bloody children standing at the side of your bed looking at you, don't wake me up at 3 a.m. complaining about bloody children standing at the side of the bed looking at you. Because I'm going to be sleeping soundly like a baby. But that leads me to the next thing. So I saw that as I've been watching the channel, I've been looking at it every now and then, and I saw that a few weeks ago it broke over 500 subscribers, and I want to thank everyone for that. Thank you for the support on that. It's a big milestone. That was the next milestone step. And And I'm not doing like every 100 milestones. I think the last one I did was 300. So this one was 500, and the next one I'm planning is 1,000. But what I'm gonna do for it, to reward everyone, I guess it's reward, but to in honor of the 500 milestone, I'm gonna do a true story episode of my Ghost Hunter stories. So, and that's gonna contain pictures, that's gonna contain EVPs, that's gonna contain actual evidence of the things I've captured with the ghost groups I was with. So, and I will pretty much tell you those stories straight off memory, like I'm talking right now. It's just in a recording, and then edit it all together and put some creepy music behind it and stuff like that. And it'll be entertaining though. It's gonna be really creepy, and I hope you guys like it. So I figured I'll do a volume 1 for 500, and then we'll do a volume 2 when we hit 1,000. It's 4:24 a.m. Man, Hussein, I hope you don't have to get up early. I hope you can do some sleeping in. Yeah, so we'll do that. I mean, I have so much investigation reports and evidence and stuff like that I have material for that I can do multiple episodes for this. So we'll do again a volume 1 with some evidence, and then we'll do a volume 2 with more evidence. And I can go into the investigation reports, and I can talk about like some of the interviews that we had with these families and stuff of houses we investigated. I have to keep it all anonymous, of course. We don't want to break their trust. So, hey, it's Carl. Carl's bad.
Yeah, lads, this is I'm an absolute cynic when it comes to this stuff. You know, I've no problem, but yeah, this stuff scared the crap out of me. And don't forget Tombstone.
Yeah, so another thing that me and Mrs. CPD do is every time we're together and we go on a trip, we like to go to haunted places. We like to spend a night in haunted places. Or if we can, we'll spend the night there. Otherwise, we'll go visit haunted places. So in Chicago, we've done the Congress Hotel, spent the night there.
God, yeah.
And so if you know the movie 1408, that's where they anyway, we get distracted by the chat. So anyway, in 1408, if you ever seen that movie, or the Stephen King short novel, if you ever read it, he got inspired to write that when he was in the Congress Hotel. So the 8th and 12th are the most haunted floors of that hotel. So when I reserved the hotel, I might have put in the comments that I wanted the 8th floor. So they gave me the 8th floor. And within like 5 minutes of getting inside there, like the bathtub the bathroom in that room, the bathtub was like an old ceramic style bathtub. And when we walked in there, we were putting our bags on the bed, the bathtub just turns on by itself. I couldn't believe it. And we were talking to each other, and just like you just hear the bathtub start running. You're like, what? What's going on?
And thing is, it was the type of faucet that you needed a little bit of force to get the water to run like it did. It was as if you'd opened up the faucets and taps, put them on full force, and left them running for a couple of seconds. But that happened a couple of times, didn't it?
It happened 3 times. Mm-hmm. So it happened twice while we're in there. And then we were walking, and then the third time was late at night. It was like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And 3 something in the morning, and you had earplugs in.
Yeah.
And so I wake up, because I don't wear earplugs. I can sleep pretty much through anything. And
grab my leg.
Well, I closed the bathroom door because I just had this terrifying image in my head of like something, if waking up in the middle of the night and something just standing in the bathroom looking at us if I kept that bathroom door open. So I closed it before I went to sleep, and I wake up and I hear the bathtub turn on. And it'll run for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, full blast, and then turn off. Oh shit. Earplugs best solution. We're getting like burst of chat, so I'm sorry if we don't respond to your chat right away. It comes in like bursts. But so I'm like, Mrs. CPD. And I'm like knocking on her. I'm like, and she takes out her earplugs and she's like, what? I'm like, the bathtub turned on by itself.
My heart nearly jumped out of my chest.
And we're just laying there in quiet. And just like listening. And it didn't go anymore. And so
No.
she puts her earplugs back in. And she turns over and tries to go back to sleep. And right when she does that, I start hearing a woman crying.
Yeah.
In the hallway.
No messing.
Like 3:30 in the morning, a woman walking down the hallway crying. And I'm like, I'm just going to assume that's a woman crying. I'm going to assume 3:30 in the morning, maybe someone broke up with her and she's just a sad lady right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to open my door to investigate that. I'm just going to leave her alone and she's going to be fine out there because she ain't bothering me in here and I'm not going to bother her out there. She doesn't want to be bothered. And so, and that was the Congress Hotel. So if you guys are ever in Chicago.
Oh no, down the corridor the next day.
Well, that was the day. So when we first got there, we started exploring the place. And we went to some of the event rooms, which are really nice. But so we're walking in the other tower. The Congress Hotel has 2 towers, and you walk between the 2. And so we were in the other tower and walking through the halls. And we come around a corner, and I didn't see it, but you can tell it.
Yeah, so as I said, I'm very, very skeptical. I'm very cynical. You know, it takes a lot to convince me, but so Mr. CPD was walking down the hallway. He was like, you know, maybe 10, 20 meters in front of me, and something about the height of a cat, all I can say, it was like a black shadow, a black ball, travelled along the corridor until it got up near Mr. CPD and kind of just disappeared then. But I have seriously no explanation for that. I wear glasses, but my eyes aren't that bad. I don't hallucinate, and that was really, really weird. All I can say, was about the same height. It was travelling along a little bit up off the floor, maybe like a foot high. But we were only just talking about, you know, we were just chit-chatting and seeing, you know, wondering would we come across anything, and then this kind of really strange black ball thing started travelling up the corridor towards Mr. CPD. So yeah, that was a bit weird.
And I said I didn't see it, so, but when I came around, she just stops in her tracks, and I'm walking. I'm like, she wouldn't walk any further.
No.
She wouldn't want to go down. She didn't want to go down the hallway anymore. And I'm like, okay, so I just walked down the hallway by myself, and she's just standing there watching. And I go down and seeing if anything happens, and then someone's bedroom door opens, so we just kind of got out of there because we didn't want to look like weirdos standing in the hallway staring at each other on opposite ends.
Me and my freaked out face.
So, I mean, and this is like something we've done. Like, we've gone to Lep Castle in Ireland. We've done Luftus Hall in Ireland. You can look those up on Google. Lep Castle, Ghost Adventures was at. Scariest Place on Earth was at. And so that was a really cool one. There's just cool to explore. And then while we were in El Paso, we went over to Tombstone, Arizona, and did a ghost tour at the Birdcage Theater. And while we were there, at the end of it, for like 45 minutes, you sit in darkness and on the stage, basically in the behind, like at the backstage. And I had a seat between the main floor and the backstage, which was the perfect spot. And I'm sorry, you had a bad seat. You were in the corner. But I'm sitting there, and they had balconies on the main floor. And the tour guide was like, you know, had these EMF detectors on the table, and nothing was really happening, and people had their voice recorders out, and just nothing was really happening. But in the backstage, but I kept getting this sense of I just wanted to look in the main floor, like where nothing was at. I wanted to look in there, so I kept just focusing there, and I'm looking up in the balconies and stuff, and I see this light, this very dim, like, light. I can't see the source of the light, but it's coming from below, and it's filling up the rooms of the balcony one by one, like not in sequential order, just very randomly and very quickly. It would just, inhumanly fast, it would slide between the rooms and go back and forth, and it would just it was this blue light, this really faint bluish whitish light, but it was dark in there, so it lit up really well, and it would just go back and forth. And we were like, and I knocked. There was a couple next to me, and I knocked them. And I'm like, look at this light, and they're like, oh my god. So we're all looking at this light, and it just kept going for like a minute, and and we're all just watching this, and the rest of the people, the tour guide wouldn't let anyone move. So, like, the three of us are all watching this, four of us watching this light, fascinated by it, and everyone else is like, we're just describing it for everyone of what we're seeing. So that goes on, and then it stops, and the tour guide's talking a bit, and then it started up again for like, it lit up 2 more rooms, and it stopped again, and I'm just focused in this main floor, and when I'm focused, as I'm leaning into it, the tour guide's talking, but as she's talking, I'm like kind of listening to her, but I'm leaning into the main room and ignoring her mostly, because she was just annoying. And so, as I'm leaning in, all of a sudden I hear this whispery woman just whisper something at me, and it was faint, and I was like, and I said like, whoa, to the tour guide, just kind of quiet, and she didn't stop, and then I heard it even louder. This whispery woman, but it got quite louder, like it was moving forward towards me. And I was like, whoa. I was like, shut the fuck up. So the tour guide, I'm like, something's whispering at me, but only I heard it, and it didn't pop. I had my phone's voice recorder going, and it didn't pick it up on there. So either I'm schizophrenic and insane, or there was something whispering at me, and only I heard it.
Did the couple beside you not pick up
They
something
didn't. They didn't hear it. No, they didn't hear it. It was only me. So yeah, that's some things, and that kind of leads us into what I have planned for us from Wednesday to Friday. So Wednesday night and Thursday night, we're going down to a bed and breakfast in Indiana. And we're going to be staying there for 2 nights in the most haunted, it's a haunted bed and breakfast, and we'll be staying in the haunted room of the haunted bed and breakfast. Supposedly haunted by the Blue Lady. And,
she's just really cold, I'm hoping.
She's just really, well, I guess she emanates blueness. Maybe she's like Patsy Cline. I'm sure they don't get that joke. Blue. Yeah. Mrs. CPD can sing, but she won't do it for you unless you.
No. Nope. Big fat nope.
She only sings when she has to perform. So.
That's what he said.
Yeah. So I'm planning if the internet's good enough and the upload speed's good enough there, they have internet there, I just don't know how fast it is. And if it's fast enough, then I do plan on having a live stream there while we're in the evening, while we're spending the night there. And if the upload speed's quick enough, I will set up the camera on the webcam so you can see the room, and then we'll do a live stream, and you can look inside the room and see if you catch any ghostly phenomenon. And then you can announce it in the chat. We'll do that and have a little fun with it. But,
or you could just be generally entertained by my absolutely being terrified, so that might entertain people too.
We'll do horror. I mean, if the internet's really good, I'll put on a horror game. You can play that.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, that's and we'll do that either Wednesday night or Thursday night, depending on how much time we have. Probably, I think Wednesday night might be better for it. We'll see. We'll see how much time. But again, I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. Follow me there if you haven't, and to get those updates. So, yeah, VR, right? That'd be really cool if I can set up VR for the room. But I would totally screw with you. I would make it so you turn and there's be like a big jump scare waiting when you turn your camera. What's a horror game? It's a game of horror. Period. So yeah, but so that's what's that's the before, present, and after. So explaining everything, and I hope you are now tracking everything. And if everyone else, if anyone watched this recording, yeah, guys. So don't unsubscribe. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still hanging out. I still love y'all. Just give me some time until I can get settled. I said I hope to be up and running like fully again by like May 10th. But I have a lot of things to take care of once I get to Ireland, a lot of international stuff, immigration stuff. So getting licenses and, you know, real world boring stuff.
Growing up horrible stuff.
Yeah, of course. Shoot, I gotta go. Nice meeting you, Mrs. CPD, and I can't wait for the live haunted stream. Night.
Bye, Jen.
Jen, thanks. Thanks for hanging out. And I'm glad you got the update. That's the most important thing. So we'll just do a short horror story or something here, and a couple horror stories, and call it good. I'm thinking about, guys, also pulling off some of the stories I did on the other live streams I've done, because I've done a lot of stories on live streams, and maybe just doing and making little quick stories like that to give you something to listen to. But it's live stuff, so there's gonna be mistakes in it, and it's not gonna be perfect. I don't have the power of editing on live stuff. But and then I gotta give you part 1 of the Disney White Noise trilogy. Passport checking when traveling back into the U.S. is annoying. Oh, well, yes.
Well, we get pre-clearance.
Oh, yeah, the U.S. and Ireland. Bye, Jen. Have a good night. The U.S. or Ireland has pre-checks, so you take care of all that before you come in the States. You do it in the country you're leaving. It's nice. Yeah, so we'll get a story going here. Oh, by the way, I've been enjoying the Dad's Tape series. Awesome. Thanks, Miss Amanda. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I hope everyone's been enjoying those. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out on Eden's channel. It's the Dad's Tapes. I think we're up to part 7 now. I have to send her part 8. So I have part 8, and I have to send her my copy of it. So she won't put part 8 up until I do it, and I haven't done it yet. I'm sorry. So if any delay, if you're getting anxious for part 8, just blame me. It's my fault. I'm sorry for the delays, if there's a delay on part 8. So, and we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. I hope part 7 kind of explains a lot, and so you kind of understand what's going on now. And I'm looking for a story right now. Is there a new CreepyPasta website? Did they redo it? I'm missing something here. Ah, thank you. I was tempted to do it over again, but Eden edited it well, and so it's not bad at all. I can't complain. I thought it actually came out pretty well. I'll have to show you those. I don't think Mrs. CPD has watched the Dad's Tapes. She supports me so well. Just joking.
I've watched some. I'm working 40 hours a week. Sorry, guys, we're not going to have a domestic here on chat, so.
Do it.
Yeah.
No balls.
Here, give me your face till I slap it here.
I recently read the Voices tapes. Oh, you read them? So you read them on the Reddit, or did you watch them, or did you watch the videos? If you read them, you know, reading them is don't ruin it. If you're watching them, don't ruin it and read it. Otherwise, you'll ruin the suspense. But if you've already read them, they are really good if you read them. They're designed to be written over videos, but we just slightly altered them to make sense in narrations. All right, let me see. I'm looking for a story here. If anyone has a story that they recommend, or I can read Taco Cat's story. I have his story still. I haven't read that one yet. Oh, you listened to him, okay. Hey, Hussein, thanks for coming by. Yeah, it's really late. Get some rest, man. And have a great day tomorrow.
Have a good sleep.
I'll be thinking of you. Always. I like how I made a pit stop and visited some good friends of mine. It was in Texas, and I spent the night at their house. And they have like 6 kids, and they're a huge supporter of my channel. And so what they do is like they all put it on the TV. They hook their computer up to the TV, and they play it off the TV. And all the kids get together and listen to the stories. And it's funny. So they haven't watched them all, but that's what they do as a family. They like to do it. It's like real. I think it's really cool because it's so old school. Like listen to little like Orphan Annie or something on the radio. So back in the 50s. So when I was over there, we watched the Dad's Tape series, and we watched the Disney White Noise. And it was funny because one of the little guy next to me, his name was Rudy, and he's like probably 4 years old or 5 years old, and he got so scared in Disney White Noise, and yeah, just there's a little 2-year-old running around, and she was just didn't care at all, but Rudy got so creeped out.
It's pretty cruel.
Well, so he had to sleep with his mom that night, and him and I think the 2-year-old and the mom all slept in the same bed that night. It was funny, but all the others are like 14 years old, and they just loved it, and it was cool too because I'm sitting there chatting with the oldest, who's I think 14, and she's talking to her friend on the computer, and I guess he watches the channel here too, and so he didn't believe that I was there with them, and so I had to do a little recording. So I memorize. I know some of the lines from some of the stories I did, so I just did a verbatim of the stories I've done, and she recorded and sent it to him, and so I guess he thought that was pretty cool that I was there. So if he listens to this, I'm thinking of you. It's not on my channel. It's on Eden's channel. So if you look in the suggested channels on the main page on the right, you'll see Eden. Go to her channel, and she has set up the Dad's Tapes series on a playlist. But you can find it on there. Just start from the beginning and go through. They're each only about 9 minutes long, so you can get through them on pretty quickly. All right, I gotta find the story. I don't have anyone to keep you entertained while I'm looking for a story here. Doing all this solo. What do we got here? Let's see. What? Random pasta. Pages on this. What's that even mean? Oh, never mind. I don't think this is a good one, though. I gotta find the one that's got, well, here is what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find the creepypasta that have ratings, so I can find one that's got a decent rating. And top-rated creepypastas this week. Let's see. Let's see how long this one is. Oh my god. This is a novel. This is an encyclopedia. Oh, Jesus. This would take like 2 hours to read. Oh my god, I can't believe I've never seen one that long. It's called Leo. It's on their website, but... Hey, Pit Clover, I'm back. Welcome back. Hey, Chesarin... I'm probably going to say your name wrong. Chesarin?
Chesarin Nakato.
Mrs. CPD can do all the voices. I'm not a good impersonator, but she can do all the voices. She can do all your voices.
What would you like?
I don't know, you could do the German voice.
You are putting me on the spot. We are sitting here and we are having some Irish whiskey. It's quite wonderful, really. Hi, Pit Clover, how are you? We are sitting here and we are having quite a humorous time with you people online. It's quite wonderful, really. We love you guys.
Call me Chess.
Hello, Jess.
So, anyone hear about creeps? Yeah, I heard about that. I sent I did a retweet on his video, and that's a horrible thing. So, I know he's got a Patreon. I looked at his Kickstarter fund, and he's already made like 15,000. Well, last time I looked, it was at 15,000 pounds. So, I mean, he's definitely got a huge support helping him out. So that's awesome for him, and I hope that gives him helps him rebuild. But that's just horrible. You can't losing all those hard drives, that all the videos you ever made. Imagine doing YouTube for 6 years and building like hundreds and hundreds of videos and losing it all.
It's gonna suck balls.
I mean, the only thing he can do is, he could re-download them. He can like use a YouTube downloader and download his videos off the channel. That's the only thing I could think of. So, but besides that, I mean, that's a way to get his videos back and kind of restore them, but you'll never have the original files again, unfortunately. Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know, what other, you got Cork Irish accent?
Yeah, see, Cork accents, they sound very like, there's a lot of, you can hear a lot of Jamaica in there too, so, I don't know, I'll give it a go. See, if you're from Cork, which is down like the south of Ireland, man, and, you know, you could be down there and people will be saying, all right, man, what's the story like? And, you know, you be saying, right, are you going out for a pint or what? And they don't drink Guinness down there. They drink, what's this to drink? They drink Murphy's Stout. And, yeah, all right. So, yeah, that's that.
And then you could do
I could do Liverpool.
You do a Liverpool?
Yeah.
Or can you do like a Yorkshire? The Yorkshire accent. There's a little bit of Cockney.
You can't do fuck all.
Thanks, appreciate it. I love your fucking support. Ridiculous.
No, see, it's all right. We're going to do Liverpool. So yeah, it's pretty fucked up that Creep's got his stuff stolen. Yeah. It's the unpublished works that will be horrible. Yeah, I agree. He lost all his personal pictures and stuff. Oh, Pit Clover's missing, yeah.
They miss my suave, smooth voice. I don't need to change my voice. They just like it the way it is.
Oh, that's our CPD, our Mr. CPD.
See, Mrs. CPD will just she'll do all the voice impersonations, and I'll just use my same voice over and over again. Alright, so here we got Red Water. That's a short one. We can do it. I wonder. Oh, here we go. I can do shorts. Let's see, shorts. But you can't do American accents.
I just get fucked up with them. I don't really know.
See. Just can't handle our American accents here.
Because there's too many of you.
There's not too many of us. We're just the right amount.
Yeah, see, I keep going for a southern drawl, so...
You can get the Brooklyn accent.
New York. New Jersey.
Take away all the Oz. Put them AWs, Oz.
Yeah, Oz.
Oz. I love it. You smooth, handsome bastard. You're a smooth, handsome bastard, Pitt. But, yeah, eventually, one of these days, I'm gonna get Mrs. CBD to sing for y'all.
You're not.
I will.
You're not.
I will.
You're not.
She's an amazing singer, guys.
You're full of shit.
I'm from New York, so I have a slight New York accent. You should really pull that out, Pitt, in one of your stories. So, if you don't know Pitt's, he's the moderator in the Discord community.
Oh, cool.
He's a good friend. Him and I have known each other for quite a long time, but he forgot that I knew him initially because he didn't recognize who I was. Oh, I'm from North Carolina, but I don't think... no, North Carolina's not too bad with their southern accents. I went to What did he scream at you? It was in German?
Why do you have your clothes on? You are supposed to be naked here. Don't you know that? What? You fucking Americans, and you're very weird, and you're supposed to be here with no clothes on? It's quite strange, really. Get out! Do it, Billy. Get to the chopper. Actually, he was Austrian.
That was
wasn't
Austrian, yeah.
he? Billy.
Nice try, though.
Get to the chopper now, Billy.
All right, what do we got here? All right, the diner. We can do the diner. It's got 4.5 stars. It's not a long story. All right. Laughing my ass off. I'm from Ohio, do it. Yeah, you have a Midwest accent. So Midwest accents were very flat. I have a Midwest accent. So we're very flat in our tone. And instead of saying like mom, we say mom. It's very flat. And I'm planning on doing Goatman's. Oh, okay, yeah, I know that one. It was from Chicago, so I guess I can try to pull off with my accent. Yeah, if you can talk like a Chicagoan.
Chicago.
You gotta talk like you're from Chicago. And I'm from Chicago, so it's pretty easy for me. There's certain draws you do when you're from Chicago compared to regular Midwesterns. Grew up in Mississippi and I live in Indiana. Friends laugh when I'm tired because I slip into the southern accent. That's cool. Where in Indiana do you live? If I don't mind if I ask, because that's where we're spending the night in the haunted place. We're spending Wednesday. We're spending the night in the haunted inn in Indiana. Down in the boondocks of Indiana. I swear this place, guys, looks like a something. Oh, Decatur. Okay, I grew up in Indiana, so I know where that's. I'm familiar with there. But this place looks like a something from like the movie Lawless. It's like an old Prohibition gas station thing. It's really like it looks all rusted on the outside. It's pretty cool though. I'll take some pictures and post them on Twitter for y'all so you can see it. Let me get some creepy music on, and I got a story for y'all. We'll see how it goes. I haven't read it, but we'll just read it out live. And hopefully it's not too bad. Get this playful music. Well, give me a second. Give me a second here, alright?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need to find the creepy music here. I'll just go with Muji, see what new stuff he's got. Grotesque Fantasy. Oh, Fantasia, never mind. Alright, so that's fine. We'll do that. That's fine. Very good. Alright. I live in Ohio and never been to Texas, and I still use y'all, but I also use mate along with the fact that I will randomly slip into a crap British accent when I'm asking a question. You know, you gotta visit, you should visit London and, or somewhere in England, and then
Visit London, alright? It's pretty fucking good. You know what you need to do? Watch Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. It's alright, and everything's Rosie Lee. You know, you don't look for a cup of tea. You ask for, "Aye, mate, can I have a cup of Rosie Lee?" And you use your Cockney slang. You gotta be very. Yeah, no, I can't. I gotta practice mine. I actually downloaded a dialect app on my phone to try to practice my dialects. He's practicing hard, you know. He's trying. You got to give him that. Give him that. He's trying. She just makes it look easy. I got nothing else to do. I wish I could make it be easy. I got nothing else to do except practice my accents, innit? Oh, yeah. Innit? Yeah, in it? Innit? In it? I said I don't need a... She's good. Yeah, I know, right? Well, we need maybe we'll do a live stream with like some European or some British narrators and stuff, and then just we'll get Mrs. CPD just talking a London accent the whole time and see if they catch on. I'll need to practice. Because I'll drop the accent real quick. Yeah? Yeah. I think that'd be kind of funny, though. That might be kind of fun. Mr. CBD, fake London accent, see if the real British people catch on. I'll do a real strong Dublin accent. A Dublin? Yeah, like I'm from Dublin City, Ari, and... Please, sir, can I have some more? Say it. Please, sir, can I have some more? See, he was quite well spoken.
He was actually well
yeah,
spoken.
it was what was the little guy?
Oliver?
No, his friend. The Artful Dodger, was he? He was a real Cockney.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think people's true accents start to come out when they revert into a state of not thinking too much. All the emotions come out. So be that if you're excited or emotional.
All right, so we'll do a story here for you guys, and do a couple stories, and then we'll call it. I don't want to keep you guys up too late. And I said the biggest thing for this one was to just give you an update what's going on, and we'll do a longer live stream when we do the haunted hotel room Wednesday. So let's start this and make that one kind of wind down, and this one wind up. And hopefully that's loud enough where you guys can hear something. All right. Hopefully you're not jet lagged.
I don't know what I am. I'm sleep deprived most of the time, so it's good. You know, you sleep when you're dead.
She's always out doing these musical gigs because she's a musician. And are you gonna film the whole experience at the hotel? I said I'll probably set up a.
Not all of it.
No, not all of it.
We don't get paid enough for that, my friend.
Oh.
Just saying.
Oh, she's a sharp one. This one. You gotta be careful what you say. She'll catch you. But
bloggy style.
Bloggy style. That's not what he means. He said blog style.
Yeah, let's do a bloggy style.
Vlog style.
Bloggy style, better again.
You should do more streams together. I have no doubt people will enter. Everyone loves Mrs. CPD, even in real life. Everyone loves Mrs. CPD.
Nah, you'll get pissed off after a while. And
You're stealing the show. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're stealing the show.
I've just upstaged your ass. Anyway, get on with your story there.
I'll get on with my story. You get on with your story. Shh. Shh. Just let it happen. All right, where's my story?
This one time at band camp. I'm sorry.
Woman?
I'm gonna get a drink. Okay?
I'm gonna take care of you after this stream.
Hush up now. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. This could be the death of me. Alright, so... Oh yeah, I guess I should send you a link, because I don't want to be rude and all. Alright, it's called The Diner. And just a short one. We see the same faces passing by every day. My faithful wife and I. Ghosts walking by our windows. Their faces gaunt and pale. Their speech slurred, almost hauntingly so. They held up signs, although most of which read similar messages. Will work for food. Feed me. Spare change. You had to feel sorry for the beggars and homeless on the streets when you run a respected neighborhood diner. Their faces unwashed, we thought that we could not just feed them. We thought that we could not just feed them for free. Then regular patrons would always demand the same treatment. That would be unfair and unjust. Yet at the same time, we couldn't just leave them out there to just rot either. We had to help them. We looked at the picture of our son, who went and never returned from war, and that was how our idea struck. The next day, when the night was going by lazily, we let this one man in. He'd introduced himself as Kyle. Kyle was one of those people He'd been sleeping in alleyways on the outskirts of town for years after he was laid off and lost his home, unable to make a living for himself with how bad the economy was doing. He ordered a brisket, the diner's specialty. In the kitchen, as she was preparing the man's food, my wife asked me if what we were doing was right. If our method, if this was a way to truly guide them. After a long discussion, I assured her that our friend Kyle would be thankful for helping him along his way. Kyle's eyes lit up as we brought the plate out, and he just began to chow down quickly. He was a hungry one. We wondered when was the last time he ever had a good meal exactly. His mouth was almost mechanical in how quickly it took in and chewed and swallowed each bite down. With a small smile, he thanked us for the wonderful meal. We just smiled on out of courtesy more than anything else. He blacked out. Was later pronounced dead by the police. We covered it up well. After all, it turned out that homeless man had a fatal disease and could have died any day. A bit of luck on our side there. The second, the third, the fourth. All these wretched souls that were set free. Free of the suffering from homelessness, disease, and starvation. Our efforts were put at rest after one certain customer came in. It still haunts us to this day. Not a moment goes by where we think about what we had done that one evening. He told us that his name was Jason, as I held the door open for him. He was a very scruffy man, in ragged and dirty clothing. It was an eyesore just staring at the poor son of a bitch for too long. He needed help, and we were the ones to set him on that path to a better place. A special and celestial kind of home up high. God was calling him to take him home with wide open arms. I felt it in my bones, in my blood. We gave him a big meal of a steak to eat. And like the rest, he did not seem to notice they had been spiked with our poison. Oh, how he loved it. He told us how it reminded him of his mother's cooking when he was a child. We smiled in unison and just waited. Waited for his freedom. And soon, it came as always as we watched his eyes close for the very last time. The investigator, per usual, came as soon as possible. Surprisingly still, they had not suspected a single thing, despite the bodies piling up. At least until we turned ourselves in. Man was apparently amnesiac after a tragedy a few years back. The doctor looking him over noticed that the slum was wearing dog tags around his throat. And my heart sank as he read the name. I was confused at first, but then it struck home. It turned out that our poor, dear son never did die in that war after all. And complete. Ah, you know this story. Kyle. Fucking cats. Defecating on my bed. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, you knew that story. But hope you enjoy. If you hadn't heard that one, that's that story. Nice, quick story. We're just doing short stories here. Gotta find another one here. I'm looking through them right now. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Alright, this one's got a high rating. Have you guys heard of the story Sleepwalking? It's a medium-length story, so it might be a little bit longer. But we'll go with it, as the short was actually went pretty quick. The homeless man was their son. Yes, Tristan. They killed their own son, thinking he was an amnesiac. He didn't know where he was. And he was just became homeless when he came back from the war. Have you guys heard Sleepwalking by Wayward Wanderer is the author. I'll send you a link here. Alright, yeah, it's not too bad. Not long at all. I'll send you a link, and... Alright, there's the link for it. My sister was a sleepwalker in real life. She used to sleepwalk, and then her daughter also became a sleepwalker as a child, and she was a creepy sleepwalker sometimes. I guess my sister would tell me that she would lay down in bed, and when she was like, my niece, she would, when she was like 4 years old, 5 years old, she would get up out of bed, and we couldn't have her watch like horrible news or horror movies or anything like that because she would have these really bad dreams. And so, anyway, she was laying in bed, and like 2 in the morning, my sister wakes up and she watches her daughter get up, walk out of her room with no lights on, just walk down the hallway, past her room, past her bedroom door was open, so she just watches her daughter walk past the doorway and into the kitchen. And then so she gets up and follows her, and watches her just casually walking, and then she just stops in the middle of the kitchen with no lights on or anything. And then she just starts crying out loud. And so she goes up to her and shakes her, and she has like a little jerk thing, and then she looks over and she just, she's like, "What am I doing here?" She's like, "In the kitchen." And so she was sleepwalking, and so, I don't know, maybe sleepwalking's hereditary? I guess it is, maybe, but... And it's a creepy thing to watch your daughter just walk in the middle of a kitchen, though, in 2 in the morning, and just start crying in the middle of the kitchen. Alright, so, this next story is called Sleepwalking. In 1998, I got a new teaching job in a new town. To save money, I moved into a small house that was for rent. My roommate, Claire, was nice enough, and the two of us got along easily. I moved in and found my room. While unpacking, I came across an old framed photograph. 3 men, dressed as hospital orderlies, were sitting together in the living room of the house. These 3 men had once lived in the house I was now renting with Claire. I didn't want to throw away the photograph. It didn't seem right. But I didn't want to keep it either. I chose to hang the picture up in the living room as decoration and a reminder of the friendship that once bloomed in the house. On the first night, I was awakened by Claire stumbling around in the dark in my bedroom. Flipping on the lights, I saw Claire and realized that she was sleepwalking. I called her name and finally woke Claire up, and she, confused by what had happened, apologized and told me that she'd never sleptwalked before. She was shaking. She then went on to explain that she was having this vivid and bizarre dream. In her dream, she was in a hospital, and a woman, the patient, was holding her hand and leading her down the hallway, as if the woman wanted Claire to see something. The next morning, I went for a jog and spied an abandoned building a few blocks away from my house. The building was massive. The windows broken and the doors chained. There was no signs on the outside of the building, but by all outward appearances, it looked like a hospital. I was staring at the building as if in a trance when I noticed that there was something or someone looking back at me from the 5th floor window. As soon as I made eye contact, it disappeared. The whole area, the building, and the quiet creeped me out. I honestly just ran for home after that. I didn't want to stick around long. That night, Claire and I sat down together to watch a movie, drink some wine, and just chit-chat a bit. When I brought up my crazy ex-boyfriend, Claire laughed a little. I'm going to alter that. When I brought up my crazy ex-girlfriend, Claire laughed a little. She remarked that my ex sounded like hers during her wilder days. She wanted to tell me that she had a mental breakdown a few years ago and that she was on medication. But she was better now and it was all behind her. Her story sent a chill up my spine, though. I barely knew her, and now I learn about this? Later, when I went to bed, I heard a crash outside my window. I threw back the curtain and saw Claire walking off the porch, breaking a flower pot as she moved. I opened my window and yelled her name, but she didn't respond. Claire was walking down the street toward the abandoned hospital, sleepwalking. Her hand outstretched as if she was being guided by some unseen force. I threw on some clothes and ran outside the house, still calling Claire's name. By the time I caught up to her, she was stepping inside the hospital doors. Somehow, or someone had unchained the doors. I was honestly too afraid to walk inside the hospital after I hesitated and regret it to this day. When I finally worked up the nerve to walk inside, I was greeted by an elderly homeless woman. I asked her if she had seen anyone come to the hospital just now, and all she did was smile at me and turn away. I panicked, stepped back outside. The foreboding feeling was just too overwhelming to stay in that place. I looked up the hospital and saw Claire hanging out a window on the 5th floor. I yelled her name, but I couldn't get her attention. I'll never forget the look on her face. Pure terror. Absolute pure terror. Claire kept leaning out the window and looking back in the hospital as if she was afraid of someone or something. Sometimes she looked down, seemingly straight at me, but she still never saw me. I called her name desperately as I watched her climb out through the window and jump. She died in front of me. The police arrived and I told them everything about Claire's sleepwalking. But when they learned about her history of mental illness, they quickly chalked up to a suicide. And that was the end of her story. A week later, I read an obituary in the newspaper. In the article, they confirmed that the abandoned hospital was in fact a hospital, a mental hospital. I fell asleep that night. I had a very strange dream. I was walking down the hall of a hospital. A woman in a hospital gown holding my hand. She was guiding me somewhere, and she kept looking back to make sure I was still following. Snapping the fingers and a man's voice startled me awake. I'd been dreaming. I'd been sleepwalking. I'd walked the 4 blocks from my house to the street of the abandoned hospital. A man almost hit me with his car. If he hadn't woken me up, I'm not sure what would have happened. The idea of sleep was now terrifying. So much had happened in such little time, I tried to keep awake for as long as possible. But eventually, as it often does, sleep, it just overtook me. The dream The same dream about being in the hospital repeated. This time, when I woke up, however, I wasn't in my bed or standing in the street. I was laying on the bed frame of an old cot inside the hospital. Scared, I walked through the halls, trying to find the stairs and get out. But I found nothing. I heard muffled voices and screams coming from all the empty rooms that lined the halls. I rounded a corner and came face to face with 3 people, all dressed as patients. One patient was the woman from my dream. I backed away and told myself they weren't real. If I ignored them, they'd go away. I kept searching for the exit and heard another screaming voice from behind a door. There was an orange glow creeping out from under the door and through the small window on the door. I peeked inside, and a man's face peeked back. His face was burned, horribly burned. He begged me to let him out, but I couldn't bring myself to touch that door. I turned and saw the same 3 patients as I had before. One by one, the 3 patients approached the windows and jumped out. I looked out the window, but I didn't see them. I saw the 3 orderlies running from the building in a panic. I yelled for them, but they didn't stop. That's when I smelled it. That's when I smelled the smoke. I turned and saw the orange flames stretching out from under the door and smoke filling every hallway. I had no choice. I had to jump. I approached the window and prepared to leap out when I felt a hand on my arm. I looked over and saw the homeless woman pulling me away from the window. She led me out of the hospital and I ran for my life. The rest of that night, I stayed awake and did some research on the hospital. It was abandoned 20 years ago after a fire ravaged the hospital. The orderlies all fled from the building and left their patients behind to be burned alive. I moved out of the house the next morning and back in with my parents. And I haven't slept walk since. The end. Story over. Alright, so I can catch up. I wouldn't know. Are you going to keep this up after stream ends? I might have to leave. My twin sister used to talk in her sleep and would mumble part of it, and sometimes she would even open her eyes and whisper things to me, and it used to freak the fuck. Yeah, it's creepy. That's really creepy. The only time I've ever talked when I slept... hold on, it's an ad. There we go. Alright, the only time I ever talked when I sleep is when I was 5. Apparently all I would say was starfish, sea cell, ocean, repeat. That's weird. Alright, I'm back. Welcome back, Tristan. And now my cat urinated on my bed, and my nights can't get any better. Sorry. Oh, jeez. Good story. That was a cool story. I like that story, actually. That was a nice little creepy sleepwalk story. Let me get that. So, I get this creepy music out. We don't need that anymore. And start this baby back up. Whoop. Oh my god, what's going on? Let me get this commercial done and I'll... Alright, there we go.
Cat trumpet out.
I know, right? Alright. Hey, Wolf. Good evening. Welcome to the Discord community. By the way, if you came in, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Where'd you get that music, this music pasta? The creepy music was from Mayuji's soundtrack, or the Mayuji. Mayuji? What does it say it? Mayuji? I'm sorry if I didn't say his name right. I'm not good with names, I'm sorry. Especially internet names. But, and then otherwise, for the piano music, that's Ghibli. Can't go wrong with Ghibli for piano music. Actually, we have a piano. I should just play the piano here in real life. We have player piano, so I can just play that, and the microphone could pick it up. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'll do that eventually. We'll see. But yeah, I got a couple stories knocked out there, and you know, get updates. If you guys have any Q&As or anything like that, you have any questions you want to ask, feel free to ask before we'll wrap up here then. And probably wrap up here in the next 10 minutes or so. But besides that, I hope you enjoyed the stories. It was nice reading some stories again I haven't done in a while, and getting back into it. And then having Mrs. Creepypasta listen to the stories in person here.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is in person compared to on the or listening online.
Yeah, it's just pretty good. I think obviously you need time to read and rehearse the stories, but yeah, he's a good old radio voice. So if it all goes to shit, you can get a job in radio.
Well, I might not be good looking, but
You have the face for it.
just like an ugly motherfucker here, so.
No. He's shit hot actually.
Yeah.
But, just saying.
You're just too kind.
No.
I just jingle my ice and the microphone. It's like really.
That's not code for anything. He is jingling his ice.
It's ASMR, all right. You don't know what that is.
I haven't a clue.
Yup, it's like the sound effects that make you relaxed and give you the tingles.
Oh, you told me about that, yeah.
Yeah, do I give you the tingles?
Not right now.
Oh. A wild ad appears. An ad? Good evening, y'all. Hey, Wolf, and welcome to this Discord channel. Thanks for coming in there.
Hi, Wolf.
And when you use your other channel, what games did you play? A good narrator voice, aren't you like 6'3"? You'll never know. I've been told that people imagine me as like a bouncer with my voice or something like that, or like this big, big strong guy. So I'll let you create whatever you want to create with your own imagination of how I look, and I'll let your subconscious decide what I look like if you wanna. I'm not gonna ruin it. Maybe I'll do a face reveal at 100,000 subs, like Eden. So it's still gonna take years. What is at the right side of your video above your social media links? That's the chat. Oh, the face. That's a cartoon version of SCP-173. That's not rotten spaghetti. That's pesto spaghetti, but it's creepypasta. It's SCP-173. If I look him up on Google, this is also known as the sculpture. He's the one that you have to keep looking at. We'll have to do maybe I'll do SCP Containment Breach as a live stream one day if I can get someone to play that game. I've already played it, so it's not gonna be. If I do anything scary, I don't get too scared from horror games anymore. So I'm not a good person to do it. It's better if I get like Eden or something to do them, and then I'll just jump scare her once and then get her all angry at me. Because I'm a cruel person. But you all want it. You all like it when I can jump scare. I'll just go travel to big channels, like in person, and then jump scare them for everyone. But, yeah. That's about it, guys. I said the chat tends to be a little delayed, so sorry if you're saying something that takes a minute. The face reminds me of a dead white gingerbread man on the right.
That is so true.
Thanks. A dead white gingerbread. Why you gotta be racist? It's squid ink pasta. A face. It's creepy pasta. You don't want to eat it because it's creepy looking.
Yeah.
It's a creepy pasta dish. It's a dish of creepy pasta.
It's like black worms.
You're black worms.
You need to go to a vet for that.
You need to go to a vet for that.
You've been scratching your ass up and down the sofa all
You've been
day.
scratching your ass up and down the sofa all day.
Look, you've got worms. You need to sort it out, you know?
Oh, you got worms. You sort it out. Coming out of your hair.
Coming out your ass.
Coming out your vagina.
It's, yeah, you wouldn't know.
Well, you go back to your island on Whore Island.
Yeah. So Mr. CPD can't insult very well. Nom nom nom.
Get rid of the sofa.
Yeah, it's kind of destroyed at the moment, Tristan. It's all like threadbare and stuff.
Dirty pirate hooker.
He's just been kind of, grinding on that thing. Like reverse grinding. Do you ever see those like really strange little weird dogs shimmying on a chair?
I don't fucking drag my ass on the carpet, alright?
Yeah, no, he does it on the gravel. He needs to get rough,
Some people like it rough.
Especially the worms.
That's how you rip them out.
Yeah. No, you just say you're creating...
I just need to express my anal glands.
No, when the eggs are laid,
I think that's too much.
Yeah. The eggs are laid and they kind of, yeah. So basically...
You started it.
Basically, when he does a shit, it looks like those black squid ink worm pasta things on that plate.
I can't work hoverboards? What? The word...
Look what you started.
You started it.
You're not the boss of me.
It's my microphone.
Yeah, well...
I can mute you.
Yeah, you're stuck with me now.
No, well... Once I have my man cave.
Yeah, tough shit, Paddy.
You can have the rest of the house. I'll have the man cave.
Okay, guys, you've all heard that now. So that's going on the record. He said, I have the rest of the house. He just gets his man cave.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
I just need my little studio set up where it's nice and soundproof so I don't have to put a blanket over my head when I do recordings.
That's fine. The dog box is big enough. It's okay.
The dog box. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Boom.
Pushing it, woman. Pushing it.
Push it real good.
Keep singing. I'll get you singing eventually. I'm gonna record you when you're like rehearsing or something.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna post it.
I'm gonna copyright that shit.
Nope.
I'll
I don't
sue
care.
your ass.
What, are you gonna sue me?
Yeah.
You live with me.
Well, yeah.
What, are you gonna take money that you're gonna take anyway?
Oh my god, I own my own money.
You own my money too.
Yeah, well, yours is mine and mine is my own. Just saying.
Living in his wife's basement. What about a water closet? She'll give me a coffee can. Can you suck out intestines like with a vacuum?
Actually, true story. A friend of mine was getting an operation. Like just some regular thing to do with her intestines, and yeah, the surgeon almost sucked out her ovaries. And they kind of had it halfway up the suction tube and said like, "Oh shit, we better put that back in there." So yeah.
I mean, if you use a shop vac, then you can have the reverse and blow. You can blow stuff in there.
Yeah, so you're gonna end up with your ovaries in your fucking heart chamber or something.
I don't know. I imagination says you heard you can.
Mm-hmm.
That's a random question to ask, but yeah, I guess you can. I'll try it on her sometime.
Yeah, it's okay. Sure, I don't need them anyway.
I'll use her intestines as a creepypasta.
I have a lot of them, so you could get away with a certain amount.
Yeah. I'll give you a colostomy bag.
Push it real good, Amanda.
She can sing that song.
No, I can't. I only think I can. So yeah, I dig 90s kind of old school stuff.
Don't believe. Don't let Mrs. Creepypasta fool you. She loves she's more of an entertainer than I am. She's more successful entertainer than I am.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, she is.
No, I'm not.
Don't let her. She like tours through Europe and everything, and famous band, and I'm just the guy who's got to carry all the band equipment.
Oh.
And gets free drinks.
Yeah.
Behind stage.
Yeah, he gets driven. He gets chauffeur driven to gigs by me. Gets to sit there and kind of talks at hot ladies, and he's like the best wingman ever for our drummer. So, Mr. CreepyPastaDish just kind of chats up all the women in his...
I'm not Mr. CreepyPastaDish. I'm just CreepyPastaDish.
Well, whatever you are.
Because like Mr. CreepyPastaDish is way too close to Mr. Creepypasta.
Okay.
And I want to sound like a copy of Mr. Creepypasta.
Okay, so you're CPD then.
I'm just CPD. You're
Okay.
Mrs. CPD.
Yes, you could, but you're not going to cook those sausages very well because you need to have a very thin skin.
I am a male groupie, yes.
He's useful sometimes. He does carry some gear.
Mostly, I carry it into the band if we arrive there in time. Most of the time, she's usually called ETA, Mrs. Creepypasta.
Yeah.
Because she always arrives late after everything's set up, and then she can just perform.
It's strategic.
It is. So I usually don't have to do anything because it's all already done. So I do, and normally I get too. Everyone wants to talk to the American in Ireland, so I get too caught up in conversation to help clean up until it's too late, until I notice everything's done. Most of the time, they don't want me to touch their stuff anyway, so I don't even do it.
Hydrochloric acid. Don't know about that one.
Her stomach's made out of it.
I think, yeah, I don't know. I think you're probably just better off with regular sausages, really. You know, it's a lot of effort just to get sausages made, really. So.
All right, guys. We're going to head out, take off for the night here, let you guys, I know it's Tuesday night, so I don't want to stay up too late, keep you guys all up too late as well. And we got some fun stuff. I'm going to go visit my cousin's bedroom tomorrow. And because I had this dream I had of my cousin, it was in his bedroom, so I'm going to flip shit right now tomorrow when I go visit his room. And if it's the same room as in my dream, and it's weird because I had this in the dream, there was a woman named Judy, which is apparently that I didn't even know who she was, but she was in my dream, and apparently she was she is my cousin's aunt that on his side. So, and I've never met her, but she was in my dream, so that's already freaked me out. So we're gonna see if this bedroom looks the same tomorrow, and then we'll do that. But then Wednesday, we're down to the property. We're down to the bed and breakfast, and hopefully do a live stream that night or Thursday night. So I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. Follow me on there if you haven't. And it was so wonderful hanging out with you guys. And subscribe if you haven't. Like, comment, and on the videos. I always enjoy reading your guys' comments. And follow on Discord if you haven't as well. And I'm always on there if you ever want to chat. So have a good night, guys. I know it's like shameless marketing, but it was wonderful hanging out with y'all, and I look forward to doing it again soon. So, love y'all.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.